trying to get all the chats to work. Correctly. Barbara! Yay! Shabbat, not Shabbat, but Shalom and Erev Tov. God, it's so crazy because I opened 4 different windows, plus a chat, plus it's hard for me to read the prayer book from the Sim Shalom site, so I open yet another, but it should be exactly the same. Baruch Baruch et Adonai HaMevorak. Baruch Adonai HaMevorak Leolam Vaed. Praised be the one to whom our praise is due. Praised be the one to whom our praise is due, now and forever. Your love has embraced us always, in wilderness and promised land, in good times and in bad. Night and day your Torah sustains us, reviving the spirit, delighting the heart, informing the soul, opening the eyes, granting us a glimpse of eternity. Because of your love, we shall embrace Torah night and day in devotion and delight. Beloved are you, Adonai, whose Torah reflects your love. Yeshema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God. Adonai is one. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. You shall love your sovereign God with all your heart, soul, and being. Take the words which I command you on this day, and keep them upon your heart. Teach them to your children, and speak of them in your house and wherever you go, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand and as a symbol above your eyes. Write them upon the doorposts of your house and upon your gates. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קירושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. You shall remember and do all my commandments and be holy before your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God. Adonai Elohechem emet. Adonai our God is truth. And Susan, I'm so glad you're here. And yes, you are blessed. Thank you. And we all are. Okay, Micha Mocha. Adonai mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael. Blessed are you, Redeemer of Israel. O God, you are a consolation to your creatures, for in moments of forgetting we but call to mind your care, and we're comforted. When we hope no more, a pattern in the snow reminds us of your loving kindness. Your dawns give us confidence, and sleep is a friend. You are here. We fail words to say, Ma Tov. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Praised are you, Adonai, who spreads the shelter of peace over us, over all the people Israel, and over Jerusalem. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ועמד יברכרותיה וימליק מלכותיה, בחיי יכון וביום יכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב, ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעלמי עמיה יתברך, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קודשה בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונקמתה דמירן בעלמא ויאמרו the Avot, beginning of the Amidah. Adonai, sivatai tiftachu fi agiti latecha. Adonai, open my lips, and my mouth will declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei Avoteinu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim ve'Konei זוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני בחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע מוריד הטל מקלקל חיים בכסף מקיים הכל ברקבים רבים סומק נופלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו לשני עשר די כמוך בגבורות ומדומה לך מלך ממית ומקיים ומצמיח ישועה ולמען אתה להחיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. This is your moment to say your own prayer. Say from your heart. Shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imeru יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה ועמד יברא חירותי וימליק מלכותי וחיי חון ויומי חון וחיי כל בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עמיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויפר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קודשה בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמא ויאמרו אמן. תתקבל צלותון ובודון לכל ישראל קודם אבוהון דבשמיא ואמרו אמן. יהי שלום הרבה מן שמיא וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. Ki Tetzeh is the name of our Torah portion this week, and it has more mitzvot, more commandments, laws, in this one Torah portion than in any of the other Torah portions. 74. 74 commandments. And one of the first ones that they mention is the law about a beautiful captive of war. And there are some. I mean, this is stuff that really did happen in war and still does, still happens. There are also the inheritance rights of the firstborn. There is the wayward and rebellious son, and burial and the dignity of the dead, returning a lost object, sending away the mother bird. Now that one is mentioned many, many times during the year, in spite of the fact that it is only in this Torah portion. It's important because it teaches us as human beings that kindness towards an animal, a creature, is emblematic of how we should act towards other human beings. There is a duty to erect, if you have a high roof, that you should erect a fence around that area on the roof. There are also laws about hybrids, animal and plant hybrids. You can't mix fabrics, in other words. Anyway, that's not what I really want to talk about, because we have in our country today a lot of problems. I found something that someone had sent on a blog from 2015, and it's by a Rabbi Elise Frischman, who I guess marched in an NAACP Journey for Justice at that time in South Carolina. And she records a poem that was written by an American poet named Langston Hughes, who died in 1967. And it's kind of an amazing poem because it is so ripe with what we are going through today. Not just 2015, but right now. Let America be America again. Let it be the dream that it used to be. Let it be the pioneer on the plain, seeking a home where he himself is free. America, in parentheses, America never was America to me. Let America be the dream the dreamers dreamed. Let it be that great strong land of love, where never kings connive nor tyrants scheme. That any man be crushed by one above. In parentheses, it never was America to me. And she's interspersed, Rabbi Elias has interspersed experiences that she had along that walk, that march. She says, we passed the Columbia State House, noticed the absence of the Confederate flag finally removed following the church shootings. And at the front of their column, an American flag who was carried high by a black veteran of Korea and Vietnam. And he drew his name, middle passage, from a slave forebear. Each block, she says, passing stores and restaurants, folks came out to cheer. Cars honked, passengers waved support. We marched through middle class and lower middle class neighborhoods, and people noticed. They came out for hope. We were a bit of evidence that Black lives matter, and not only to blacks. This year it is even more evident. I am the poor white, fooled and pushed apart. I am the Negro bearing slavery's scars. I am the red man driven from the land. I am the immigrant clutching the hope I seek and finding only the same old stupid plan of dog eat dog, of mighty crush the weak. I am the people, humble, hungry, mean, hungry yet today, despite the dream. They marched with Keshia Thomas, a black woman devoted to spreading the message among frustrated teens that violence is wrong, period. Her story, in 1996, the KKK tried to organize a rally in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Hundreds of people gathered to protest. A rumor spread that someone was a Klansman and people began to mob him. Keshia leaped forward and spread herself over the man, protecting him. A photographer from Life captured the moment, and Keshia gained a name for peaceful resistance. Her message has influenced thousands. Most recently, she met young people in Baltimore after the death of Freddie Gray and the subsequent torching of his CVS store. "Look across the street," she said to them. "There's a senior home. What do you think those folks are thinking and feeling about you? Would you want to be in that home and not feel safe going out on your street? Find another way to protest. Advocate peacefully with me." "For I'm the one who left dark Ireland's shore, and Poland's plain, and England's grassy lea, and torn from black Africa's strand I came to build a homeland of the free." Civil rights earned can be lost. Racism is real. Criminal injustice is real. The challenge is real. The cycle of poverty is real. Standing on the parted shores, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. There's a lot more to be done in our nation and in the world. And let's do it together. Aleinu. Oops, wait a minute. There's something else I need here. There it is. Reba, I'm so glad you're here. You got here for the Aleinu. Shalom, Erev Tov. I don't know what time of day it is there, but it's probably nighttime because it's still daytime here. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet gedula liotzer b'reshit, shelo asanu ki goyei haratzot, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתגעים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We rise to our duty to praise the Master, to acclaim the Creator. God made our lot unlike that of other people, assigning to us a unique destiny. We bend the knee and bow, acknowledging the Supreme Sovereign, the Holy One exalted, who spread out the heavens and laid the foundations of the earth. And my friend Cheryl is here. Thank you for coming. It's okay. And we know it freezes. It's can't be helped. Even here, even though we're neighbors.
Shemo Echad, B'nei
Adonai shall be ruler over all the earth. In that day Adonai shall be one, and God's name shall be one. The prayer for the sick. My list grows. But you guys on Facebook or I don't see anybody on the Sim Shalom site. So if you're there, you can write in a name that you want remembered for healing or names. And here's mine. Pastor Sam Pavlak and his family. Pastor Sam's wife passed away last night. And she's one of the loveliest ladies I have ever known. Jacob Blake and his family. Shira Bat Gittel, Moshe Ben Ethel, Simon Cowell, Moshe Yaakov and Herschel Hakol Ben Frimet, Shiron Ben Sarah, Menachem Ben Menashe, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Paul Lichtman, all the COVID-19 victims, my friend Amy Handley, Batya Malka Bat Perel Chaya, Alan Bennett, Rabbi Adele Plotkin, Roland and Judy Hansen, Shendel Bat Sharon and Chana Bat Shendel, and Dana Glazer. May all who suffer illness of body or mind know that you are with them, giving them strength of spirit as they struggle to recover. May their afflictions soon be ended, and may they return in health to family and friends. Sebastio, Shalom. No, I was doing my own. Blessed are you, Adonai, healer of the sick. We come to the mourner's Kaddish, and again, my list grows. So if you are observing your sight or in mourning, you may join me now. If you wish to, you may say Kaddish for those who have no one to say Kaddish for them. I am saying Kaddish for Pat Pavlak, who died last night. Sharon Cottrell, who is a member of a group I belong to called Interfaith Witness. She was an interfaith witness, activist, and member. Jim Greenwood, Erica Greenwood's husband. Those killed in the Beirut explosion. All the COVID-19 victims. All the victims of racial injustice. The 2 protesters that died Monday night at the hands of a 17-year-old vigilante. Please join me. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabah, ve'almad yivrach yilutei ve'amich malchutei, v'chaye echon v'yom echon, v'chaye dekol beit Yisrael, v'agala v'yisman kariv, ve'imru amen. Yehi shemei rabah mevorach le'alam u'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yithalal, shemei d'kudisha, b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'lechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehi shalom rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, amen. Zichronam livracha. I'm going to close with Halicha LeKesariah, also known as Eli Eli. The words were written by Chana Senesh, music by David Zahavi. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Cheryl and Barbara and Reba for coming, and Sebastio, and everybody else that might possibly be here that I can't see right now, but I'm glad you're here. Thank you. And Erev Tov, I will be back tomorrow night at 6 my time for my services, You can watch Rabbi Blaine at 7 o'clock Eastern on Sim Shalom. And I will be back on Saturday too at 10:30 my time.